Okay, this is the new section, Chapter 3, Section 3.1, 3.2. In this section, we're going to start solving equations, and we'll start by solving one-step equations. First, we're going to look at some vocabulary terms. So our first vocabulary term are inverse operations. Inverse operations are operations that undo each other. Okay, so some examples of inverse operations are addition and subtraction, and multiplication and division. Okay, these are some examples of inverse operations. There are operations that undo each other. Okay, so our next word is equivalent equations. Equivalent equations are equations that have the same value. And we're going to do these equivalent equations by using the subtraction property of equality and the addition property of equality. So the subtraction property of equality says, if A equals B, then A minus C equals B minus C. So what that means is that if A and B are the same, then if I subtract the same thing from both sides, I'll end up with the same answers again. So for example, let's say I have 8 equals 8. Okay? If I subtract, let's say 3 from both sides, 8 minus 3 is 5, 8 minus 3 is 5. So what it's saying is if A equals B, I can subtract the same thing from both sides and end up with an equivalent equation. Okay? Addition property of equality is the same idea. It says if A equals B, then A plus C equals B plus C. So just like in the subtraction property of equality where I could subtract the same amount from both sides, I can also add the same amount to both sides and end up with the same equivalent equation. Okay? So let's use these properties and try a couple example problems. Alright, problem number 1. So when we're solving equations, the whole idea is to get the letter by itself. So I'm going to start by looking at the letter that I have here. The letter here is Z. Okay? So what they did to Z was they added 16, because on the side with Z, it says plus 16. So to get rid of that 16, I need to do the opposite. Okay? And the opposite of plus 16 is to minus 16. Okay? And if I minus 16 from one side, I need to minus 16 from the other side. Just like our equality set up top. If I subtract something from one side, I have to subtract something from the other side. Think of it as a balance. If I take one thing off of the left side, and I take one thing off of the right side, they'll still be equal. Okay, I can't take 16 things off the left side and nothing off of the right side and hope that they'll still be equal. Okay, so our 16s will cross out here, because plus 16 and minus 16, they cancel out. So I'm left with Z on the left side equals 4 minus 16 is negative 12. Okay? So here the letter is all by itself, so we're done. My answer is Z equals negative 12. Okay, so remember, our whole idea is to get the letter by itself. And we get the letter by itself by undoing what they've done. So when I look at number 3, my letter here is J. Okay? And what they did to J was they added 5, because that's on the same side with the letter. So if they added 5, the opposite of adding 5 is to subtract 5. And I subtract 5 from both sides of the equal sign. Okay, our 5's cancel. So I get J left on the right side equals negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Okay, notice how I'm keeping everything lined up. This negative 3 minus 5 was on the left side, so my answer, negative 8, stays on the left side. My J here was on the right side, so it's going to stay on the right side of my answer. If I start mixing the sides, I can start to get confused. So I want to keep everything lined up. So if it's on the right side, it's going to stay on the right side. So the left side is going to stay on the left side. Okay? Let's try number 5. So for here we have G. What they did to G was they added a positive 9. The opposite of positive 9 is negative 9. And if I subtract negative 9 from the left side, I'm going to subtract it from the right side. Our 9's will cancel, leaving me with G. Again, G is on the left side, so it's staying on the left side in my answer. And negative 20 minus 9 is negative 29. Okay, again, the whole idea is to get rid of what's with the letter so that the letter is by itself. Something that you can do, if it helps you, you can draw a line where that equal sign is, and that can help you see the left and the right side. So I know if I do something to the left side, I have to do it to the right side. So I know I need to have it on both sides of the line. So for example, on number 7, what they did to A was they subtracted 20. So the opposite was to add 20. And I know if I added 20 on the left side, I'm going to have to add 20 to the other side. So I have a 20 on both sides of my line. 20's cancel. So I get A equals, again, A is on the left side, so it's staying on the left side. And negative 3 plus 20 is 17. Alright, let's go through a couple more here. Let's do 9. So for here we have T. What they did to T was they subtracted 19. So we're going to add 19. And if I add 19 to the left side, I'm going to add 19 to the right side. So T equals 23 plus 19 is 42. Alright, let's skip down. Let's do a couple more on this bottom row. Let's start with number 13. So when I look at 13, I see that they added a negative 8. Okay, I'm not following the addition sign here. I'm going to follow my negative. They added a negative 8. The opposite of negative 8 is positive 8. Okay, I can't follow the sign behind the number. I follow the sign in front of the number. So they added a negative 8. So I'm going to add a positive 8. Okay. That way negative 8 and positive 8 will cancel. If I add 8 on the left side, I add 8 on the right side. And negative 5 plus 8 will be 3. Right? So let's go over this one more time. So here they have B. Okay, and they added. So you'll think you'll want to subtract. But again, I can't follow the sign behind the number. I have to follow the sign in front of the number, which is negative. So again, the opposite of negative 8 is positive 8. Okay, and if I add 8 on this side, I'm going to add 8 on the other side. And then negative 5 plus 8 is 3. So the answer here is B equals 3. Okay, be careful. Remember, we're following the sign in front of the number, not behind the number. Okay. Let's try 14 and 15 here real quick. Alright, so on 14, they subtracted 24. So the opposite of subtracting 24 is to add 24. Going back to problem 13 for a second, if I look at this, I can also look at minus 24 as negative 24. The opposite of negative 24 is positive 24, or plus 24. So it's the same idea that we've always been talking about. It just looks different in 13 than it does in 14. 14 is a little more straightforward. So T equals 24 plus 12 would be 36. Alright, and then 15 here again is like 13 was. So yes, they did add, but they added a negative 28. So the opposite of negative 28 is positive 28. Okay, that way my negative 28 and my positive 28 will cancel. And if I add 28 on the left side, I'm going to add 28 on the right side. P equals negative 3 plus 28 is 25. So be careful on these problems like 15 and 13, where the number is in front of the letter. It can be a little tricky, but you follow the sign that's in front of the number, not the one that's in front of the letter. Okay? At this point, I need you to stop, and you're going to complete checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2. So you're going to stop and complete section 3.1, 3.2, checkpoint 1 and 2.